Welcome to the Hello Retirement Podcast with Josh Leonard from Leonard Advisory Group. In this podcast, we help those nearing retirement greet it with a well-prepared smile. Join Josh and his guests to learn the retirement and tax planning tips you need so you too can live your golden years with the happiness and excitement you deserve. Hear stories from his years of experience to help you transition into a fun and intentional retirement. Now, on to the show.
Welcome to Hello Retirement with Josh Leonard, where we talk about transitioning into retirement with intent. I'm Wendy McConnell. We're going to be talking about the team today and what part they play in the whole client experience. And we have the whole gang here today. So, Josh, tell us about your team and then some of the bigger players you may have in the sandbox.
Yeah. Thanks, Wendy. So today it's a very special podcast because we're all together in our Pittsburgh office. And if you know much about our group, we're kind of spread out. So my main office is in Southwest Michigan, and our initial office, and where Desiree and Angela, who are joining us today, work out of, is in Pittsburgh. So we have a client event this evening, so we're all in town. So I thought it's a great time to introduce the team on the podcast. But we keep a pretty lean team. The focus of our team is client-facing activities. So making sure that we're preparing the appropriate paperwork and maintaining those relationships with clients to help them reach their goals. So we partner and outsource a lot of activities to help us in things like managing assets. So we've partnered with Morningstar Investment Management, and they are currently managing somewhere around $265 billion. So certainly a bigger shop than ours. And their team of about 650 employees, including 91 investment professionals, are the ones looking at a lot of our client portfolios, monitoring them, and making sure that they're staying on track for their goals. We've also partnered with AE Wealth Management, who's more of a newer firm who started in 2016. They've partnered with some other big players, but they've already grown to $22 billion in assets under management. And we've added them onto our RIA platform as a way to offer more unique things or meet some of our more unique client needs. One of the examples there that we've expanded is using donor advised funds. So those clients that are charitably minded, we can use a donor advised fund to help them reach some of their charity goals. So
now, does it show that I don't do a lot of contributions if I ask what a donor fund is?
Not necessarily. So I think in some ways it's sort of a good secret. So you can think of a donor advised fund as like your charitable retirement account. So you're able to donate money into the account and get the tax deduction at time of donation, but you don't have to distribute the funds to your charities of choice at that time. You can string it out over time. So you can actually set up that donor advised fund, invest the money, and then distribute it over whatever period of time you want.
I never heard of such a thing. I think that's amazing.
You learn something new every day.
Absolutely.
So this was an offering that was important to us. A lot of our clients, as they transition into retirement, they might have big tax years, whether they receive a lump sum payout from an employer as they retire or they take a large distribution. We can use this larger than normal charitable donation into a donor advised fund to help them minimize taxes. So this was part of our recent formation of our own registered investment advisor, expanding our offerings and being able to help clients with more things like this donor advised fund that we were just talking about was a big impetus for that as well.
Okay, so you're going to start to introduce the team now?
Yeah. So the introduction of the team logically has to start with our founder, the founder of me too. Well, 50%, maybe only 25, but my dad, Bill Leonard.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, Bill, don't act like you're shy.
I'm
So
not
quiet.
shy at all.
No, he's not.
Yeah. But I started this years and years ago. Actually, Angela on the team and I were working together for a very large broker-dealer. Angela was actually running the broker-dealer, and the economy dictated back in early '08 that maybe we ought to think about things differently to help our clients. So we decided to go independent, and it's worked out very well. Angela came with me. She was happy to get out of the babysitting, I don't know, what was it, 140 registered reps.
165.
165 registered reps in a few state area. And she was happy to stop being a babysitter and get in direct contact with clients and do what she does best. So we went independent, and we've been independent ever since. Josh, after he got done licking envelopes for me years ago, grew up, went to college. I came out of college and decided he wanted to come in the business as well. And Desiree's been in the business for years and years and joined us as well. So we've got a kind of a unique team with a lot of background and a lot of experience helping clients out. And it's worked out very, very well.
So Angela's been putting up with you for a long time. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, she's like my little sister. I mean, and I'm like her big brother. And she treats me like a big brother. She tells me what to do very well, just like my wife. It's a great relationship.
Has there been any fist fights? That's what I'd like to know.
Never.
That was a joke. I didn't really think that there would be. But Angela, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Bill and I started working together in 1994. So it's been a very, very long time. I've watched Josh grow up, so that's a little different too. Remember when Zoe was born? So she's getting married, 2 weeks?
Yep.
So it's all kind of different.
Zoe?
Zoe's my youngest daughter.
Okay.
I have 3 kids. Zachary, who's 21 months older than Josh, and then Zoe, who trailed 10 years later. And Zoe's the youngest, and she's on her way to the altar. And as of October 1st, she will no longer be my liability, so to speak.
Oh.
And there's great rejoicing.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Zoe, and I guess to you too for getting that horrible weight off your back. What I did
it hasn't been horrible at all.
I wanted to ask you, obviously Josh is your favorite because he's followed in your footsteps, right?
No, I'll never admit to that.
Josh is shaking his head up and down. Go ahead, Josh. Pump it up.
We like all siblings, we all argue of our favorite status. But, I think the reality now, being a parent myself, is that you love all your kids exactly equally, right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't buy that for a second. Angela, please continue. Get them out of this mess they've created for themselves.
So Bill and I started working together in 1994. I was actually Bill's compliance officer. I did run the broker dealer at probably three different firms at this point. So my job was to do the investment side and deal with all the paperwork. I was the person that approved every financial plan and every piece of securities business, be it an annuity, a life policy, or a securities transaction, a mutual fund, a stock, a bond, managed money, whatever it was, it all came across my desk. So I think it was 2007, we flew the coop and decided to be independent and have a much better time this way. I am tired of babysitting people. Basically, they refer to me as the zookeeper because my job is clean up all the mess.
So you were a manager then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've just made it to make sure in what respect we were using the term babysitter. I've never had to work in a huge corporate organization, but I imagine that's exactly what it is.
Well, ultimately, Angela was responsible for everyone else's behavior.
Oh, yeah.
They were bad. It was my fault.
And at that time I managed, I don't know, a group of
You had 20 or 25.
a group of registered representatives. So Angela and I had a huddle often to correct bad behavior and, out there. And it's one of those things that in our business, you've got to keep a very close eye on people because there's money involved and there's greed. And, you want to always do what's best for the public and the client. And so it's something you always got to keep your eye on. And Angela is very, very good at it.
It's tough to have to be responsible for other people's behavior, especially though, when it comes to money.
Absolutely. In my role in the firm, I sit in pretty much every client, the second set of eyes and ears to whatever Josh or Bill is doing that day. And then I'm the one that fills in all the paperwork. And then if there are multiple accounts, there are multiple signatures and there are multiple sets of paperwork. So we're very busy on our end.
So you still have a lot of paperwork in this day and age?
Oh my God.
It is getting better.
It's getting better, but it's nowhere near where it needs to be.
Hey, Ange, just use DocuSign, okay? Just use DocuSign. We've been pushing very hard, Wendy, to get rid of paperwork. But
some places still won't take it, Josh.
It's true.
So
she sounds like a manager. She just told you.
If it was up to Josh, everything would be electronic and it would all magically appear in the right places every day in 1 second. And that's not how it works.
Yeah, I think Siri would be doing all the work.
That would be fine. Or Alexa, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Either or. Poor Desiree, she's not said a word. Hi, Desiree.
Hello.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I have been with Leonard Advisory Group now since 2017. I am from New Eagle, about 25 miles south of Pittsburgh, little town of New Eagle. And
I like the way you say that too. New Eagle.
New Eagle. You drive right through it. And my role here is every day is something different. And I learn a lot of new stuff as I'm going through the day's activities. And I help with the clients, do the benefit statements. Getting to know the clients is a big, advantage to this working for Bill and Josh and with Ange. We all work together, and I'm meeting more people and getting more familiar with the role that I play, just meeting new people and my customer service skills that I can bring to the group here.
Is a lot of that online now?
Online, but then we have clients come in, and our events here, we are more close knit with being with a smaller firm, because I've worked for a long time and I started in banking and with the larger corporations, and I like the smaller feel here. We're like a little family here and we all work together, and I just like that. Meeting the clients and getting to know them, even as they have become friends. So I like the smaller atmosphere, the smaller company. We get to service more people and have a better relationship with them.
So it's more personal.
Yes, more personal. That's the word I was looking for. More personal relationship. And I just like the camaraderie of everybody. We help each other, and we're growing the business, and I'm learning more and more. No day is the same. There's a lot to learn, and I'm trying to do my best to get more information and more knowledge to help in any way I can for the company.
Okay, so I'm a new client and I'm like, ring, 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 ring. Hi, I'm Wendy, and I want to start a new retirement plan. What's next?
Well, I'm glad that they are that friendly when they call. Sometimes you don't get that. You don't get that especially when things aren't going well in the market and that. But well, when they call in, I always try to have a pleasant voice and a pleasant attitude. I try to maintain a good attitude, and we're here to help. I ask questions, try to find out what their needs are, and then we go from there.
Okay, well, Des, I haven't saved a lot of money, but I need a lot more for retirement. What advice do you have?
Well, my advice, and what I would have done is I would have started saving very early with my first job.
Well, that's not helping me now, Des.
Come to us, whatever situation you are in. I know some people have saved. There's people out there who have saved through their lives and done a very good, earnest job at doing that. But then there's others that circumstances may be beyond their control, weren't able to save as much as they wanted to or could have. So we try to steer them right, give them our outlook on things, and try to steer them in the right direction and help them. That's what we want to do. We want to help them.
Yeah, Des, I think you bring up a good point there. When people call into the office, we don't tell Desiree that you can only schedule people if they have this, that, and the other. We are more than willing to give anyone an hour or so of our time. And many times people that maybe aren't ideal clients for us, we can still help them get on a better path with simply spending an hour of our time. And that's something that was very rewarding for us too. That's not our business model, is to be giving away time free forever, but many times those are referrals or friends of clients or family members that need a little bit of help. Or even my soon-to-be brother-in-law gave me a call and said, hey, I have this new retirement plan at work, but I don't really know what to do with it. And I could spend, in that case, only about 20 minutes on Zoom and help him get on a good path to saving and accumulating.
So Des is the first point of contact then when a new client calls?
Yeah, if they're calling in, Des is the one picking up the phone the majority of the time. So yeah.
And there's times when I'm on the phone a little bit more of an extended time, but that's okay, because just letting them speak and just me being able to listen, they might not have anyone else to talk to at that time. So I try to really help them, and and I'll forward the information on with as much as the circumstances I can to forward on to Josh or Ange to better enable them to get prepared for that call.
So what is the next step then? A schedule with Josh or Bill or?
Yes, we schedule an appointment with Josh or Ange and Bill. We could do phone, we could do Zoom, or they can come into our office, whatever's convenient for them.
Yeah, keep in mind, we have clients in quite a few different states. And just because of our group reaching out where we live, we get clients from all over and referrals from existing clients from all over. So I think a point that Desiree made is we spend a lot of time getting to know the individual or the family, to know how to guide them and how to answer the questions and do it in a suitable fashion to meet their needs and their needs only. I always was kind of strict with everyone in the group that we are licensed to help clients out in a very confusing financial market. That's what we do. We don't represent one company or one entity, either be an insurance company or an investment house or a mutual fund group. We represent the client and try to bring the best solution to their needs from the marketplace that we deal with. So I guess in my opinion, that's the best way to go about business in our field.
Yeah, I think that independence and that ability to shop out was something that my dad started with. I think Angela was probably attracted to that as well. When they were at their former broker dealer, the menu of options got pretty short, and seemed to angle more towards what was best for the company. But we feel it's best for the company what's best for the client. Without clients, we're not a company. So I think that independence is something that runs deep in our culture here. We like that. We're all different people too, and have different hobbies and do different fun things too. Even though I got Ange out on a bike ride yesterday, she still thinks I'm crazy for trying to do the half Ironman. We have different hobbies and stuff too. So
well, that's not a hobby, that's torture. But we'll talk
That's
about
what
that
I said. I said, I'll do the bike part for you as the relay person, but I'm not doing the rest of it. Have a good time.
Sorry, Josh, I just needle you.
No, that's fine. But Desiree too, I'll do a little bragging for her too. Desiree's a great family person, and families are important to us. Of course, as a family business, the Leonard family is very important, but for Desiree, she spends a lot of time with her granddaughter, Eliza, and helps out. I mean, as a parent with young kids, you always need extra hands. And I know that family is extremely important to Desiree. She's fortunate enough to live across the street from her mother and constantly is engaged with her family and helping her family out. And I think that care and love for the family is something that's important to all of us, to kind of see that level of care is what we want, of course, for our clients too, and want them to have that good support structure as well.
And family is something to keep in mind when we're talking about retiring with intent, because a lot of times I think people just think about the money. I just want the money. I just need money. How much money do I need? Well, it depends on where you're going to be living. It depends on if you're going to be around family. It depends on if you have to go and visit your family several times a year by plane. So that's another thing to keep in mind when you are intentionally retiring in the way that you want to live the rest of your life.
Absolutely, Wendy. I think depending on your family structure too. I mean, we're fortunate that everyone in our family is pretty healthy at this point, but sometimes there's special needs concerns in families too, which can be not only a financial burden, but also a legal burden that needs to be planned for appropriately, so you don't have bad actors stepping into the family when mom and dad are no longer able to help take care of those kids. So, I think we have a lot of clients that have relocated to be closer to grandkids, or as they're transitioning into retirement, they're thinking through that. Hey, you know what? Maybe it's good to have a condo or something there as well, closer to my grandchildren, so I can spend time with them. And I'm my in-laws are watching my kids while I'm in Pittsburgh, and my wife is also at a conference now. So, grandparents are pretty important for young kids too. So to all you listening, make sure you spend time with your grandkids too.
It's such an important relationship. It's like when this is the time that parents wait for, because they get all of the fun, all of the spoiling of them, all of the get them all riled up and then send them home with mom and dad. None of the responsibility, right?
That's right.
I think Ann just got a piece to throw in there from her mom.
Ange?
My mother said that she could have had grandkids first, she would have.
Well, yeah.
She said they're way more fun.
Of course.
Way more fun.
You don't have to shape them. You don't have to make sure you're not responsible for them turning into responsible human beings. You just give them candy and take
You want ice cream? No problem. What? You go to bed in an hour? Cool. You want chocolate?
Have some soda with it.
Yep.
Oh, Mountain Dew with that? Here you go.
Josh, a minute ago, I think you brought up a good point when you're speaking of family and people with special needs in their family, whether it be an elder in the family or a child with special needs. We do work with a team of other professionals, whether it be accountants, accounting firms, or we work directly with the family's attorney, or we have an attorney that works with our firm to give them the correct legal advice as well as tax advice when it comes down to it with the accounting end of it. We have a CPA we work with here, because I think the public has to understand that, a financial advisor isn't necessarily a legal expert, nor are they licensed to give legal advice. Or, certainly in the accounting field, we can steer them the right way, but we are not accountants. We aren't CPAs. So we bring those professionals in to make sure everything is done according to what the overall plan is. And a plan isn't just your investments. You're managing not only your health, but your investments, your income plan, your legacy plan, how you want to pass it on. So it's multifaceted, and everything has to be working together. Because if you have one piece that goes awry, it'll throw the whole plan off. So consequently, we do have those kind of resources here, and we encourage people to engage in them because we want to make sure the plan works according to what the family wants. Josh, do you have anything to add to that?
No.
Okay.
Wonderful. We talked in the last episode about intent in retirement too, and that's it. We think there's a lot more to retirement planning than having a retirement plan like a 401k at your work. And we're honored to be able to have such great relationships with our clients and get to know their family and all the stuff going on in their life, and then see the impact that a proper financial plan can have on that life.
So you're all together today because of an event that's coming up tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And can we talk about the event?
Oh, we absolutely can. So what Desiree didn't tell you is Desiree really is in charge of like the cleanup. So Angela can keep us all in line a little bit and, make sure, Josh, you can't actually do that, or you can't do it in 2 days. So let's set proper expectations. But Desiree is kind of behind picking everything up. So I know this makes for a great podcast, but right behind her, for those of you listening, you can see real well. Behind her is a whole table full of name tags. So we have somewhere between 140 and 150 guests coming to our client event at a local winery this evening. And Desiree has been working diligently to get all the name tags organized and alphabetized and couples together and all that fun. But this evening we'll have our annual client appreciation event at Narcissi Winery, which is a local winery here in the greater Pittsburgh area. And we've done this event for eight years now, I think. We had
At least
a skip year during COVID, and then brought it back around the holidays last year. But we like doing it at the end of summer because we can sit outside. It's a beautiful setting, good time to have a glass of wine with clients, eat some good food, and just catch up and have a nice social event.
How many of your clients typically come to this event?
Well, this is our
Typically-
biggest one yet. Normally it's right around 100 people. And tonight it's somewhere between 140 and 150.
Wow.
And people are bringing their children. People are bringing their neighbors. People are bringing their relatives. They're bringing their friends because they want us to meet them in a very comfortable, non-threatening situation where it's not scary for their friends to
nice.
meet us.
I want to come.
Get on a plane, Wendy.
Yeah.
I could make it there by car by
Yeah,
train.
it's 6 hours, right? Or 5, 4,
Yeah,
somewhere.
I'm on the other side of
Other
Pennsylvania.
side of the state. Yeah,
Well,
you can
You
make
can
it.
be here
Well,
by 6. No problem, Wendy. Well,
in New
Des, want
Jersey.
to make her name tag?
Well, guys, I think that this has been so much fun. Josh, what are some last words you'd like to leave us with?
Sure. We are excited about our team, but increasingly Bill's getting closer to retirement. He'll be officially retiring at the end of this year. Although I think he likes podcasting, so I think he's going to be on here more than we think. And
Yeah, I'll be
he'll,
around.
he'll still come to client events and jump in some client meetings, but
Fun parts, like being the grandparent of the company.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, sugar up the company and walk away, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
He won't be there for bedtime. That's all. But we're looking to hire someone else in the Pittsburgh area. We have a candidate in mind now, but someone to really help Desiree and Angela when I create a mess and walk away, to help clean that up and help keep the office running smoothly so we can serve the clients the best we can. We're looking forward in the upcoming years to build out the team in Michigan as well. So right now it's just me in Michigan working remotely. We haven't been in a rush there. We want to make sure that we're serving our clients in Pittsburgh as our top priority before we try to grow too big and lack in service. But over the coming years, we'll start to build out a team there and grow more of a client base there as well. So certainly happy to have such wonderful teammates. We really do feel like a pretty close-knit team and like a family. It's not that typical corporate backstabbing culture. We really all need each other to effectively do our jobs, and we grow and learn together. So I'm really grateful to have such a great team.
So now that the team has razzled dazzled everybody, how can someone get in touch with you, Josh? What is the email address?
Yeah, so
web address.
They can feel free to email me directly at jleonard@leonardadvisorygroup.com. They can call our main office line, which is 412-998-PLAN. Desiree will be picking up the phone most likely there. Or if they want to just learn a little bit more about us, they can go to leonardadvisorygroup.com and check out our website, learn a little bit more about us there.
Okay, that sounds great. So thank you, everyone, for joining in today. It was great to get to know you all. Let's do all a big collective goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Hey.
Oh, it's like this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Prom
Like
queen.
this.
Yes, you got to do the right way. Again, this is audio, Bill, so way to go. Thank you for joining us, getting to know everybody. It's been a great time. And thank you for joining us on another episode of Hello Retirement with Josh Leonard. Please like, follow, and share with your friends. Until next time, I'm Wendy McConnell.
Thank you for listening to the Hello Retirement Podcast, the show that helps you transition into a happy, fun, and intentional retirement. Click the follow button to be notified when new episodes become available. Visit our website at www.leonardadvisorygroup.com or give us a call at 412-998-PLAN. And don't forget to click the follow button to be notified when new episodes become available. The information covered and posted represents the views and opinions of the guest and does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of Leonard Advisory Group, LLC. The content has been made available for informational and educational purposes only. The content is not intended to be a substitute for professional investing advice. Always seek the advice of your financial advisor or other qualified financial service professionals with any questions you may have regarding your investment planning.